When the British Parliament in May of 1773 passed the Tea Act, they were not thinking about Massachusetts or Boston or even North America. They were thinking about India. The British East India Company had taken over the government of India. Beginning really in the 1690s, the East India Company had sent over accountants and others to manage their holdings and manage their commerce. These accountants also began managing the affairs of the governments in various states of India, and by the 1760s was in control of much of India. The company, however, in doing this, ran into debt, as it had to form armies to subdue some of the Indian states that did not want to go along. And this is an expensive proposition. So at the same moment, the East India Company becomes the largest corporation in the world with a potentially lucrative trade in tea and other goods from India. It's heavily in debt and on the verge of bankruptcy. So the East India Company, which is, according to its directors, too big to fail, goes to the British Parliament and asks for a bailout. And Lord North, the Prime Minister, sees a great opportunity here. If he can loan the company £15 million to get over its temporary hardships, in return, he can get to appoint the board of directors of the company. So the Tea Act is passed to give Parliament control of the East India Company. And also as a way of helping the company get over its temporary shortfall, the company will be given a monopoly on tea sold in British North America once there's a certain amount of tea in the warehouses of the company in London. So it's an afterthought. Let's have the company be able to send tea directly to North America and have a monopoly on tea sold in North America, and that will certainly help the coffers of the company. When merchants in Massachusetts hear about this, they don't respond well. Merchants in Philadelphia call for a boycott of tea and insist that the tea be returned to England. They're not sure how merchants in Boston will respond, but it happens that the first of the tea ships reach Boston. 3 ships arrive in Boston in November of 1773, and this is what's going to trigger what will be known as the Boston Tea Party. The real issue here is a conflict between the East India Company, or an attempt by the East India Company to regain its footing, and an attempt by the British Parliament to enjoy the benefits accrued by having the East India Company take over the government of India.